Hi, welcome to Spokane Cooks. I am your chef. I'm Leroy Payne, the local chef for us. We're going to be cooking today, and we're going to be using wood planks. I've talked about this a little bit before. If you're not using good wood planks to cook with, boy, you're missing out on the boat. Kelly Craig is the company that we deal with for our planks. They have a proprietary wood plank. They're the only place where you can actually buy wood planks of multiple flavors of wood. Wood and the smoke of wood is just like any seasoning. You use like salt, you use like pepper. It can also be overbearing or underbearing. So if you're using something like a hickory or a mesquite that gets to be a stronger flavor and it's a little much for you, change it back to like maybe a cherry wood or a peach wood. But you have that option with Kelly Craig. So we're going to be cooking a full pork meal today, including your potatoes, your vegetables, all that, and we're going to be using planks. Now you need to soak your planks with a little bit of moisture. What I've done here, just as a little bit of a twist, we're using red wine for our moisture. So we are going to get that moisture and that flavor of that red wine coming through. So what I've got here is our pork loin. This is just a standard pork loin. I'm going to start by doing one of my favorite applications, which is Dijon mustard, wrapped all over or painted on it. I do a lot of barbecue competitions. If you don't know me, I'm a barbecue pit master. I travel the country doing barbecue, and mustard is one of our favorite little secrets, whether you're doing pork or ribs or whatever you're doing. By coating your food with a mustard, it helps tenderize it, it helps the seasoning stick to it, and it's just a good fun method. So we're going to use some regular Dijon mustard on this. So we're just going to get it on our pork loin. Now you can go to a bigger one, you can do a whole pork roast if you want. But there's only one way to properly do this, with your hands. So we're going to rub that, massage that into the pork loin. Once we're done with this and get the mustard on there, then I have to do what's probably, my wife says is most important, I gotta wash my hands. As you should, between all the different meats that you cook. You should keep that cross-contamination from giving us a problem. So, I wash my hands. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little bit of seasoning on here. I'm gonna use a little coriander, and I'm also gonna use some garlic powder. So here's your coriander I've got for it. Put that on. Then a little bit of garlic powder. Now I'm using garlic powder instead of garlic salt because I don't want the salty flavor in there. If you want a little more salty, you can use garlic salt instead of garlic powder. But we are going to use garlic powder today. So I've now got my pork tenderloin ready to go on the planks. Like I said, I have two planks here and I'm using hickory. I like the flavor of hickory. So I got two hickory planks with the wine for its moisture. I'm simply going to take this and lay this right in the center. Let me get this back. Now, along with this, one of my favorite things is bacon. So what we're going to do now is simply cover or wrap the pork loin in your favorite bacon. I would recommend a good thick cut bacon, center cut if you can. The center cut is a lot better bacon for you. It's going to have a lot more meat and flavor. So I'm just going to cover this with bacon. Once we've got the bacon on here, I don't know if anything else is needed, but we're going to finish it up. I do like my bacon. Okay, one more piece across here, and then one down the center. So I said this was going to be a one meal wonder with all your vegetables. So what we're going to do next, we're going to start putting our root vegetables on. I'm going to start with some baby red potatoes. And I've got those right here because I like baby red potatoes. So we're going to put those around the pork loin. You can use whatever vegetable you like. Turnips, beets are good. Any kind of vegetable you want. We're going to start with the baby reds, put those up nice and tight against it. Then I'm going to put some carrots on here. I love carrots. And if you'll notice, they're all about the same size pieces. The reason we make sure we try and do that is so everything cooks at the same time. If I had great big chunks of carrots or big pieces of potato, you'd have done carrots and crunchy potatoes. Nobody wants a crunchy potato. So we got our carrots on there. Now I'm going to put my colorful peppers that are going everywhere. What? These must be Mexican jumping peppers. Okay. Let's go ahead and get these out. And I'm just going to cut the tops off of them and then cut them in half. So there's an orange one. We have no green peppers, which I should have got, but you know what? It's going to be just fine. So we're going to do red. And the only reason I say that, I'm trying to make the food look good. You know, if the food looks good, it tastes good. It's a trick we play in our minds, isn't it? Okay, so I got yellow. And I only have these peppers left to go. Then what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to put this in the oven at 350 degrees. It's going to cook for about 45 minutes. I like to take it out and let it rest for a few minutes because it's not a large piece of meat. You can get away with not making it rest too long. You probably only need 15 minutes. So let's get this done, get these on here, and we are ready to go to the oven. Let me put these back in here because I'm married, and if I don't do things right, well, you know how it is with the wife. I cook, she cleans. If I make too much of a mess, I cook, I clean. I prefer the other method. So if you're like me, clean up after yourself. She'll be happy. Let's cut down the divorce rates. Let's go ahead and put this in. Like I said, 350 degrees. We're going to cook this for about 45 minutes. Once we're done cooking it, I have one already finished by the magic of TV, or magic of Spokane cooks, I guess I should say. Now, one thing I did do to this, I forgot to do to that. I'll just do it. I like to slice and throw some onion on here, just to give it that flavor. Nothing's any good unless it's got plenty of onion on it. And you know what else? Garlic. We got to put some garlic on it. So I leave it papered all and just scatter the garlic on here, give you that deep, rich garlic flavor. Well, I guess I wasn't totally honest with you. I'll take the paper off. We put this in the oven now, a preheated oven, 350 degrees. We're going to cook this, like I said, for about 45 minutes. When it's done, it comes out, it looks just like this. Now this is rested already. I took it out earlier, but it's done, it's rested. So we're going to go ahead and cut that up right now. And I got to have several plates, I just don't know who's here to help me eat. So we're going to pull these potatoes off, and they're absolutely just perfectly cooked. They're soft. I suppose you can do it any way you like. I like to put a little sour cream on my potatoes, maybe some butter and sour cream on those baby reds. Let's get it. As you get older, you don't hold on to things as well as you used to. Have you noticed that? Anyway, let's get some of these peppers off and carrots. I love cooked carrots like this. And let's cut into this pork loin along with those vegetables. It has that wrapped bacon. We're going to cut just a nice slice right down through the center. Cut another slice. And bacon off there. And there you go. That pork loin is absolutely tender and moist. If you can see that, the moisture's just coming out of it. That's because of that Dijon mustard that helps hold in the flavor and the moisture. So one more little piece here. Let's see, what else did I miss here? I got my carrots, I got my potatoes, onion. Let's get some onion on here. And let's take a bite. See how I did. By the way, I know how I did, but we gotta do it anyway. Flavor from that wood and from those seasonings. Oh my goodness. Once again, a meal you folks need to try at home. Pork tenderloin is so easy to cook and so full of flavor when you do it like this. Enjoy. Have yourself some pork.